We gonna get it, yeah, we bout to ride. NW to the day that we die. Millennials, and you know we a vibe. Keenan the host, and you know he the guy. If you don't have time, you can listen on the go. Listen to the podcast on your drive home. You can watch the podcast right on your phone. It'll keep your interest like a bank loan. Keep it real, it's nothing less. Always stay humble, they wanna flex. Gotta thank God, know that we blessed. Never gonna quit, life is a test. Millennials versus the world. Millennials versus the world. Millennials versus the world.
Millennials versus the world.
Yo, what up, good people, man? Welcome back to another episode of Millennials versus the World. It's your boy Kdot Mims.
Little bro Matt Mims.
You understand me?
We in this joint.
You feel me? The only spot you get authenticity and entertainment at the same time.
Let me just take a second to say,
Oh, God.
man, I'm so blessed to be here. I've been trying to get in contact with this man.
God.
This is the owner,
Stop it.
creator of Born
Stop
to
it.
Win,
Stop it.
photography, media, got
Stop
photography, videography, Millennials versus the World podcast creator, audio engineer, creative director, all that, man. I've been trying to get in contact with him for weeks, so just to be here sitting in the studio live is insane. I just want to thank God for getting me to this point, and I'm happy to be here.
So my question is, since you're gonna put on, if you could try to get contact with me for weeks, how'd you get here now? How'd you get here now?
Because I contacted you weeks ago. Now I finally
Okay, bro.
worked
You got
everything
it.
out.
Hey man, first way, how you been, bro? hey, because you know what's crazy? The last time we did an episode, I couldn't post it. Remember, it messed up because the format it recorded in.
Oh man, that was a minute ago
And then
too. That was
remember,
months ago.
I'm not gonna say no names, but remember the last one we did with all four of us, it didn't work out neither because I never posted it because it wasn't right.
Wow, I forgot about that.
Yeah, man. So what we
Two
got?
podcast episodes that we've done that have not been aired. That's crazy.
Hey, shout out to everybody that got a red cup watching this, man. Millennials versus the world, baby. Millennials versus the world. All right. So you were talking about how Raleigh is the. So today's episode we're gonna touch. We're just gonna go where it go. We just kicking it. We bros, man. So we were talking about if it's necessary. Get on. Tell me what you and your friend talked about to say about the moving away thing. So to give context, we're talking about moving away from your hometown.
Yeah. So one of my friends, he moved literally all the way to the West Coast. He's in Cali now, and he moved from North Carolina to Cali, and it's just on some like we're gonna miss you type stuff. He was really helping me build with the company I had.
He's not military.
And no, not military, military. Just kind of like trying to, and not word for word, but kind of what he was saying was like just trying to do bigger, better things.
For sure.
Trying to get like just away from the hometown.
He from North Carolina.
Yeah, from North Carolina. Yeah. So me and another friend, we were having a conversation just saying, like, you don't necessarily have to leave your hometown.
Keep going, bro.
Dang, bro. He said, we were just saying that you don't necessarily have to leave your hometown to find success. And I wanted to know,
Hold on, you said you don't have to?
Yeah, that's what we were saying. We were saying you don't have to leave your hometown to find success. What do you feel, though? Do you think it's like, and obviously it's a case-to-case basis, but like majority of the time, do you think someone should leave their hometown or should stay? Like, what do you feel?
So I ain't gonna go as far as saying you don't have to leave.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't leave, you better have started with who you are and what you're doing in high school. I'm telling you, so I'll break it down.
So
right?
you're saying you have to know what you want to do career-wise in high school if you're going to stay in your hometown? That's what you're saying?
Yes, bro.
Why would you say that?
So obviously I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina. Anybody that's from the DMV that watches me that don't know that I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina. I've been in the DMV for 10 years. I'm going to tell you, like, so everybody that I see in Raleigh that are still in Raleigh that has a certain level of success, right? Like, whatever they're doing, they had that vision, or I've heard them say it when they were in North Carolina. Or, I mean, when they were in high school. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, a lot of people that's making a lot of static or making a lot of noise, bro, they low-key, like, already were doing those things then. And the reason why I say this is because people just be hating, bro. Like, hometowns are too small. Like even here, some of the biggest people that I follow, or some of the biggest collaborations I've had, or some of the biggest names I've had on the pod, they're from here, but they've been doing that for X amount of years. Like they in their 40s now, and they've been doing this since they got out of high school. So like you can do it, but you're gonna have to have an extreme level of patience. I just think when you come to a new city, like I did, and you able to like, I don't want to say reinvent yourself. It's like there's nothing for people to grasp onto besides who you present when you first meet them.
So you don't think there's like a level of rebuilding that could slow you down when you move to a new place, or do you think that
In your case,
well, it's just in general?
no,
no,
bro, no.
You don't think that'll hold you
No,
back?
it's more exciting. You ever watch? You don't watch Power, do you?
Is that 50 Cent? So
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen some episodes.
You know who Tommy is? The white dude.
Nah, I don't.
Okay, all right, bro. We got to edit that, bro. He's my brother. But like when you from out of town and you come somewhere new, there's also a different type of hunger. You know what I'm saying? Like me, bro. Everybody I meet is new. Like everything you've been to my events, you like everything that happens. Like I'm able to curate that off myself. It ain't nobody coming saying and don't get me wrong, you'll always find somebody from where you're from. Cause some of them people that be showing love to me are from back home.
Facts.
Like one of my homeboys that's up here. Bro, we done known each other since 9th, 10th grade year. So like I always got a good smooth 4 or 5, and it depends where you're going. Like you can't just be moving to Wazoo, North Dakota and be like, I'm trying to get it.
Facts.
You gotta go to progressive towns. So I was in cities like I'm in DMV, which is surrounds Washington, D.C., Houston, Miami, Atlanta, New York. Like you also gotta move to places that's percolating too. That's more important than actually moving away. Like here is really progressive. Like that's why I was like before we got on camera, you was like restarting the moving company. I'm like, bro, here it'll go stupid because this place is so progressive. Like the renters market here, when people move out, like military move out or people move out, the renters market here is crazy. And you would just it's progressive. You got to move to a city that's already like own it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because maybe I can't take my own experiences out my head because for me, like we doing something, we trying to do something in Raleigh here soon, but it's like it took me 10 years to like want to go back home and do something. Like nothing besides the first one we did and Dad's thing, I never went back home.
Why was that? Like, was it just like a feeling of wanting to stay away from home, or you just had no interest of doing it at home? Like, what was kind of?
I feel like you interviewing me, bro. You doing good. So for me personally, in true transparency, I think for me, like I was popular in my high school. I wouldn't even call myself popular. I was well known in my high school. But like as far as Raleigh goes, like people knew me because I played basketball, because I was cool with people. But I wasn't like I wasn't like a host. Like, oh, I know who Keenan is. It was like you hooped, you may have known
people
me.
knew of you, but you weren't like super
OD,
social
like,
with everyone.
across Raleigh.
Yeah, I see what
was in
you're
my
saying.
little plug, my little part of the city where I move at, right?
I feel you.
So I never felt the like, damn, let me go back home and show love. I always loved Raleigh. You know what I'm saying? But like now, after May 20th, I just put up a poll like, yo, like, bro, I want to do something back home. Like, I want to kick it with the people I ain't seen. And people responded. But the other part of that is like, half the people responded don't even be liking posts and stuff like that. So I didn't even know they were showing love for real. Till I put that out there. But I was with it, bro. I'm like, shit, let's do it. That's what I'm trying to
Maybe
do
it was
now.
because those people that saw you wanting to do something back home aren't as involved with your content when it comes to the panels and the parties, because they know you do it here. So as soon as you said Raleigh, they're like, oh, I'm in. That's just a thought.
No, that's real. That's real.
Because I think like, you know, most of the people that follow your content that are followers from that keep up with you, that are friends from back home, probably know like, oh, he's doing another thing in the DMV. So as soon as you said Raleigh, they're like, I'm in.
Yeah, bro, and I'm gonna be real, bro. I don't. This may go a little. You said
authenticity and entertainment.
Yeah, bro, I was just saying, like, and I think the other side of that is, in true transparency, is like I feel like I'm ready now. Like I feel like I've done enough to like I ain't trying to compete with nobody. I'm not trying to
the character.
outdo the biggest event that ever been in Raleigh. But like as far as how I see it happening and bro, major salute to the Monday Night Crew. Major salute to them. But and B-Dot and J because like I don't think it's until now that like I'm surrounded by the right machine to be like, okay, yourself included, like, hey bro, we can get a joint popping now. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like because a lot of things about events ain't about. A lot of people think events are about how many people come, how much it was made at the bar. Nah. I was talking to somebody at work one day and they was like, nah, events are about did people get what they came for. Like if I go to something and it's 10 people there, but I went for something and I got what I wanted to go for, that's considered a success. You know what I'm saying? So like when I started doing the podcast party, last year's and this year's, everybody got what they came for. I'm not promoting something that's not, I'm not promoting one thing and it's being another thing. What I tell you I'm gonna do when I get on IG or I get on TikTok or I get on YouTube, whatever, I'm like, yo man, dopest panel on the land. We got this person on the ones and twos, but that's what you gonna get when you show up. When I say open champagne bar, open bar, when you pop out, it's gonna be an open bar.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it to bring you there. So if somebody said like, you know what, I don't even really care to hear him talk, but I want to get lit.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
If you came for that, we got that.
Trying to dance,
You know
trying
what
to
I mean?
have fun,
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
hear the DJ.
Bro, that's a good question, man. You know, I don't know why. I think it's like a confidence thing. I think you don't really grow into yourself until you hit some real turmoil. Like you gotta realize the scale from you to give me somebody you look up to in the videography game, moving game,
Someone I look up to.
Yeah, anybody.
Let's say like my mentor, Morgan Scott Films, who does the weddings.
Okay.
Wedding videographer.
Okay,
like
cool.
Traveling
I know
all
you're
the
talking
time. Yeah.
So boom, boom, right? The difference between you and him is like a decision, a click.
What do you mean by like a click? What are you referring to?
Like somebody clicking the right link, somebody clicking the right post.
Oh, you're saying like me being at the level he's at is just a small like.
You gonna have to put in the work, but it's like if somebody clicks the right thing or sees the right thing.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Like you got to put in the work, but you're willing to do that already. So
yeah.
If the opportunity presents itself, it'll be there.
Yeah, I see
but
what you're
for like
saying.
an OD long time, you don't think like, oh shit, I can be that or I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then a lot of people compare it on a scale of like Instagram, and that scale on Instagram ain't really.
Yeah.
Like it's I'm not saying Instagram's a bad thing, but reality and Instagram live in two different places, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it can be very drastically.
Did I answer your question about moving and stuff?
Yeah.
And I give you another thing, bro. You got me. My bad. You got me thinking about a whole lot.
Man in his bag right now, boy.
Because like I even tell you, DJ Marcus L, right? Major salute to him. Like when I met him, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I met him, it wasn't a situation where like we were both OD known or like even though he's from here, he was new to the scene too.
Mm-hmm.
That's when we was doing Wild at the time, Kdot and B.
Yeah.
So like when he came through, it was more like, damn, like, hey bro, this is what we're trying to do, trying to build. And every little
I remember. I remember when you like first started, like when you first kind of met him with that one photo shoot I was helping you shoot the behind the scenes for. That was like kind of like one of the first few times you met him, and me for. So I remember that. So what do you think is?
Bro, are you interviewing me, bro? Go ahead, bro. I see you. Go ahead, bro.
Millennials versus the World podcast co-host Matt Mims tonight.
For sure. Go ahead, bro. Ask the question though.
So what is like when it comes to moving to a new place and surrounded, new environment, new people, new culture? what is like the keys to building a new kind of community, would you say? Like, you know, for you, for example, like moving away, you know, hours from your home. Like you said, when you came out here, you didn't know anybody, and now you're dropping these podcast parties. You got tickets selling out. Like, how do you, like, what are like the steps to doing that? What's kind of like, bro? Because I'm like, because for me, I could maybe get something popping in Raleigh, but if I came out here, I wouldn't know where to start. How does someone like get over? And you already know there's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna make up the excuse of like, I can't do. I mean, but you literally did that. So,
I got like 10% of a cheat code. I got first of all, a minute. I can't see the minute, but a minute, whatever. Major salute to my wife. I moved with her, so when I moved away, I moved with her. I got that support system at home and stuff. But I think
facts.
I'm probably about to talk too much, bro. But I think, to answer your question, the first thing, I was scared. Like, I went through a lot of static when I first got out, a lot of turmoil when I first got out here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I went through resenting my wife. I went through, like, why am I here? She got me up here because Raleigh's not a small town, but it's small compared to this right here.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom was like, hey, bro, like, why am I here? I was going home every weekend. So please understand, it ain't just super easy transition.
Oh, yeah.
But I think the biggest thing that helped me was, A, I had a good paying job, a decent paying job straight out of college. B, I think that I've always been somebody that adapt well. Like, my adaptability is real high.
Mm-hmm.
So when I came up here and I had a decent paying job, I like met some people at work and they're like, hey man, let me show you this spot. I go to this spot and, you know, then I was, you know, go through the city all the time. Like, damn, yo. City life, like, crazy.
Going jumping.
Yeah, I'm saying. And then you do that, and then it was like, okay, like, damn. Because this is what's crazy. I started doing YouTube with different content when I first moved up here. But it was like moving to the DMV, my first year as a teacher. First
different content, lifestyle kind of vlog content. Yeah.
So I never stopped. I was doing that, but like the key is really getting in where you fit in, bro. Like me being an educator, it was a lot of people that was young, so we kind of like bounce off each other. Yeah. And then when we bounce off each other, like I always been the type to talk, so I was doing the YouTube thing. That ain't really work out like that. It's like, okay, bro, this shit's stupid. and then. I moved to Maryland, and when I moved to Maryland and I got into a high school, I stayed at that high school 6 years, and I think those 6 years, shout out to Ford, that's when I met my mentor, and I think that's what, bro, that's like when you were, what was the joint you was, because you was a part of this. Saucy Attire.
Yeah, what about it?
That's when my brain was like, oh shit, like, even though it was e-commerce, it was like, bro.
Oh, we did Capitol
Boulevard.
Yeah.
That was like whenever it was. So to make sure I'm being clear, moved away. It was my fiance at the time, and then now wife. Finding a circle that was like about what you about. You got to learn where you at, learn what spots to go to, and what spots not to go to, and then I prefer them. I call them bugs. Like I got bit by like a bug. Like damn, bro. Like it's a lot of opportunity out here, type shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happened was you were doing the Saucy Attire thing.
Yeah. And
I was dabbling in YouTube, doing small stuff, but it was like, then you told me about it, and I tried it. I sucked. It was...
Same here.
Yeah.
It was a learning... Saucy Attire, by the way, for anyone wondering, was my... We both tried e-commerce for a little bit, where we were just selling products online to, like, friends and family. So that's what that was. Mine was called Saucy Attire, and then yours was Capitol Boulevard?
Yeah.
Yeah, we both dabbled in that, and... You know, we learned our lessons
fast. But, so then after I did that, me and Ford would, and we're going to get to, I know I'm being a little long-winded, but I got to get to how we got to podcast parties. So we did Capitol Boulevard, and Ford, my mentor, used to be like, the big homie used to be like, I refer to him as a big homie, like, he'll always see me on my laptop, my business laptop at work. What you doing, man?
Yeah.
Hey, bro, I got this website, bro. I'm on Alibaba trying to get to AliExpress, trying to get all the dope joint. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, bro, I got this. And I told my homeboy, Big B, I was like, hey, bro, like, I got this website. Like, hey,
yeah.
man, let's stick and move. And we didn't understand that, like, you got to put an egregious amount of money in marketing for that stuff to work.
Yes.
So then I was like, hey, bro, like, we sitting around, this probably like 16, 17. I'm like, hey, bro, like, we basically got this website where they shipping stuff overseas and we don't know what it's like. I'm like, bro, we can make our own stuff and just sell it. That's how WoW came about.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, because
That makes sense though. Like now that
Yeah.
you're telling me, I'm like, wow, that fits together.
yeah, so because we were doing Capitol Boulevard and he would like be getting like lingerie and stuff. I'm like, bro, ain't nobody getting on the website buying lingerie, bro. Like what? Like, huh? He's like, nah, man. Like, so what we would do was like we would put stuff in the cart. What was that? What was the It would start with an O, like Obor. What was it?
Oh, I know what you're talking
Bolo
about.
or Bor.
Yeah,
what was-
Burlo or something.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it was
we
like
was doing that. We was doing that, and then it was like, oh, bro, like
You just
it would put it in the cart, and so our thing was put it in the cart. If the other person liked it, we would just leave. It'll still be in there by Friday. Anything left in the cart by Friday will go to the website. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then I'm like, bro, you got lingerie. Ain't nobody about to be like, come on, man. You bought some lingerie, that joint be hanging off of you because it can't. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So boom, boom, boom. So hey, make sure we watch that. I've never done it without nobody.
Oh, like
'Cause it's a
when it's not
30-minute
recorded.
limit.
I got
Yeah.
you.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see.
Can you see the time or you just see the red?
No, I just see the record button.
All right. So boom. So he like, we do that, bro. Ain't nobody buying nothing, bro. I'm just paying for that website.
Same.
Man,
bro.
the dad hats popped a little bit.
Yeah.
The dad hats popped a little bit. You feel me? So then, I was like, hey, bro. Like, let's just sell our own stuff.
Exactly.
And I promise y'all, this is gonna get to how we got the podcast party. So then, B was like, okay, bet, let's do it. Shut Capitol Boulevard down. Hit Dot up. Like, hey, Dot had been doing, before I did Millennials vs. the World, I had something called Sneaks Man Cave.
I think I remember that.
Dot made the logo for that.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, Dot, bro, like, you need to step your graphic design game up. We trying to get this joint popping over here.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So WoW get popping, whatever. WoW starts really good. I'm going to take full accountability for all of us. I'm going to say I F that off. Just super long story that I don't need to get into. Like, we didn't know what we had. We had the city behind us. We had 3 different audiences. B's audience, my audience, Dot audience. We had the perfect collaboration, bro. Like, I was really good at marketing. B was really good at selling. And Dot was really good at designs. We just had too much ego.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So boom, boom, boom. But at the time when I'm doing that, me and Ford at the job would be rapping. We would be rapping in the in our closet. That sounds so weird. There was a book closet that connected our rooms.
Yeah.
So we'll be back there rapping every morning. And one morning he was like, hey man, like, bro, you need to start a podcast. I'm like, man, I ain't doing that, bro. This is right before Capitol Boulevard is going on. WoW hasn't happened yet.
Wow.
He's like, bro, you need to do a podcast, bro. I'm like, man, bro, like,
That's
nobody want to hear what I
crazy.
got to say. Type. He was like, man, nah. So we started talking. He used to be like, hey, man, take your phone out, put it right there, and just click record. So we started doing that.
Wow.
We started doing that. And the reason why I'm so appreciative of his and our relationship, he never just let a sleeping dog lie. Like, he'd be like, man, if you serious, like, we started doing that on the phone. Like, if you serious about it, man, you need to get some microphones, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn, because every morning, so at this
That's
time,
crazy.
man, you got me talking, man.
Dang.
I don't even
bro.
tell this story.
That's crazy. I remember them early episodes too, where it was just you and Ford on the podcast, bro.
Yeah. So
That's crazy.
So he was like, put your phone right there. We'll start talking. And then we started like texting each other, like, hey, bro, get to work 30 minutes earlier. We got to shoot tomorrow. Like, you got to record. So we'll do that. We did that for a while. And then I got some USB microphones, was trapping off the work laptop at the time. and we was just shooting. And he was like, "Now what you gonna do with all these episodes, babe?" Because at the time I was just recording. I didn't have no stuff to put, none of that. So I educated myself on that. Educated myself on audio, how to edit audio, because it was just straight audio, right?
Yeah.
So then he was like, so I figured all that out, and then I dropped the first season. Response was crazy. So the thing about podcasting is that people get mixed up. It ain't about popularity contest. It's about once you got somebody's ear, can you maintain it? You know what I'm saying? So the response was really good. We were getting like 40 to 50 plays a week, and for me, I'm like, damn, bro, that shit insane.
Yeah.
So when I fast forward, we was doing that, and then that summer, when school let out, I was like kind of on my own. I was like, damn, I gotta figure it out. So I started recording by myself. Then, I was like, that's when I hit you. I was like, hey, bro, I think that we could do a panel joint at Dad's office, and that was the beginning of. So a lot of people don't want to start small; they want to start big. They want to sell out arenas first.
Facts.
And that was never me. So I was like, you know what? I got me, you, Dot, Jay, which is a DJ. Shout out to DJ J Dub, like Jay, Nardo, Big B. Like that's 7 people right there.
Facts.
I'm gonna put it on my story like, hey bro, I'm trying to do a panel, nothing crazy, get some mimosas, let's rap. People hit me back. And that's when we did, if you go look at my YouTube channel, the very first joint is the one we did. So that's like my first unofficial podcast.
Yeah.
The way we did the music, the games, the joint, but it also taught me how to like talk to people. Like, this is what we doing, boop, 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 boop. You know what I'm saying? So in my mind, I'm like, okay, if I can get people to pop out on this scale, they have fun, they're gonna go tell people they had fun. So we go, we shoot that. Moment of transparency where I messed up. The big homie told me, once you drop those videos, you can never go back audio only. I was audio only, then what we did together was video. It's like, you can't go back to audio only. You know what I'm saying? So I went back to audio only. Hey, am I looking or you looking?
Oh, shoot.
Do I need to?
No, I got you.
All right, so boom.
I'm looking now.
All right, so, never go audio only. That did really well. I messed up by doing chopping those. Anyway, we get to the grinder. I start recording by myself. I met Mike. We started doing the co-host thing. And when I met Mike, salute to him. Even though, you know, he had to step away from the pod, salute to him because that was the true pivotal point of the pod. Like, because me and him would be like, that nigga was with whatever, bro. He's like, let's go. So that's when we started doing like the Juneteenth social. We started doing the In the House podcast parties. And I was like,
that junk was lit.
You got to think about it like this. The way I did it was, you should always, before you throw your first event, ask yourself this. Can I text and fill up a room? Not a arena, can I text people and do they rock with me to the point where I can fill up a room? That was my thought. So like at Dad's conference room, we filled that room up. That was all via text, nothing crazy. Feel me?
Yeah.
Then Juneteenth social.
Filled that room up.
You understand what I'm saying?
That joint was
But before that, the podcast party in Mike's basement, I was like, hey bro.
Oh yeah.
We get 20, 25 people in here. He was like, I was like, it's your crib, so we ain't gonna put it on no social media type. But like, people we know, let's text people. Filled up that room.
Sheesh.
Then I was like, hey, you know what? Let's do the social. Let's do the gym. Like, if people really rocking with us, let's not podcast. Let's do a social where we just turn up. So that was marketing, social media marketing, and my bad. We had a little what is it called? Intermission. So the way I got there is just creating relationships, texting people. You got to be able to fill up a room. And the thing about me that I don't think everybody, like, Four used to always tell me this. And it used to piss me off because I didn't know what he was saying. He's always like, bro, you got to get out there and hustle. Like,
yeah, what you mean?
He's like, bro, yeah, get out there and hustle, boy. And I'm like, what you talking about?
Yeah, what are you talking about, bro?
Get out there and hustle. But what he meant was like, you got to get out there and be seen. You got to go to people's events before you even have any to create relationships. You got to get out there and talk to people. You got to get out there and do work for free with my camera, like taking pictures. Like, hey, oh, what you need in tank? Like, just when I hit you up,
Exactly.
show love. So like think about it, bro. Like, and then another thing, and then so I did that, do that, and then I also use collaborative work as a means of growing. The Wellness Project made a whole lot of dope people. I gotta do another project, bro. I ain't doing those. The Wellness Project.
Because you've only done one right now.
Yeah,
right?
man, and it put me with so much momentum.
Yeah.
That, you know what I'm saying? I didn't get to. Like, I just kept going. I didn't get to sit down because it took a lot of planning. And then, I had an intern at the time that I don't have no more, so that also played a point in like the back end of it. But yeah, bro, just you gotta be able to can't look at other people. You can't if you believe in it, you can't listen to a whole bunch of other people. And the thing is, I'm nowhere near where I want to be. I'm just not afraid no more. Like, if you say like, yo, whatever capacity you know me in, Keenan, Sneak, Kdot, whatever, like, let's do this. It gotta make sense, and if it makes sense, I'm with it.
If you're not looking at other people, who you competing with then?
You asking me or you?
I'm asking you. Like,
So for a long time, I was looking at other people. So you compare, but you gotta realize, bro, like, real talk, and I ain't trying to be generic. This ain't for no clickbait. This ain't for none of that. Like, A, that shit draining. B, I'm not them. I like, you will compare, but you don't know what they did to get there. You don't know if they got a hand-me-out. You don't know if they grinded.
Facts.
You don't know if somebody just gave that to them.
Exactly.
And it's so easy to be like, oh, damn, I be looking at stuff like this, bro. I'm going to just be real, like, super transparent. What made me stop doing that? I would look at people who had 5 times as many subscribers as me or 5 times as many followers as me, but, like, just as many views. I'm like, so I'm not saying they paid for them or nothing like that, and I'm not hating on what they got going on, but it was like, what am I really chasing now?
Exactly.
Like, the subscribers, because obviously theirs ain't yielding what, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it just, bro, now it's more like, I believe in, if you have a vision for how you see your life, not for just business, how you see your life, bro, you just gotta go after that shit, bro. And I be going after it, bro. I probably go after it too much, bro. With my wife and 2 kids, I know I get on my wife's nerves because I don't stop. But I ain't nowhere near. I ain't perfect. I had days where I slack off. I have thoughts where I'm like, yeah, the hell with this, I'm about to quit. And the podcast thing, like what we're doing now, is really just weekly endeavors into my mind.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I ain't one of them, like, I feel like I have a lot to offer experience-wise, going through, like, loss and getting married young, having kids, having, siblings that I really, stuff like that. But, like, bro, like, you just got to go with it. You got to roll with it.
I mean, so I get having...
Bro, I did not know he was going to interview. For the record, in minute, like, 34 or 5, I did not know he was going to interview me.
I'm not trying to interview you.
It's all good. Hey, you know what's
it
funny?
Just came into this.
It's actually fun, though. Like, I'm never the one that's always talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
Ask me anything, bro, for the next 30 minutes, bro.
I was going to say, when you talk about having a vision about something and just going diving head first, going into it, like, what does it take to go to dive head first into it? Like, what does it take? Because, some people, based on their, circumstances or what they got going, they can't afford to just go straight into something. Like, what? So when you have a vision, like, where do you go from having that vision?
So, first, every vision don't require jumping out there. Some visions just like, I'm going to get it how I live.
Facts.
I'm doing this really well. I'm going to stick with this. I'm going to keep grinding. That's not really, you don't got to jump out there. For me personally, I'm going to take it back. That and you got me talking. I'm going to take it back, right? So if I look at it from a standpoint of, did you hear that?
That was my water bottle.
Oh.
There's ice in it.
Oh, so I look at it from this standpoint, right? Like, when I was younger, me and Nardo, like, you know how cool me and Nardo, we've been friends for years, right? So when
Yeah.
I was younger, he was always like the light skin dude with the braids. Oh my God, that's not blah, 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 blah. So I wasn't no bad looking dude, but I was never like when we walking together, it was like, oh, Ken ain't cool, but like, oh my God, no, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then time go on, and I didn't come into my looks until like maybe 8th grade, 9th grade year, where I was like, all right, I ain't scared to talk to nobody. But before then, I learned to have personality. Like, yeah, I mean, you gotta make girls laugh. You gotta be witty. You gotta be, you know what I'm saying? I was athletic. You got blah, 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 right?
That splash.
So the thing I'm saying is a lot of rejection came during that time. So now that I'm in this world, business world, career world, rejection don't even, it's just,
Don't bother you.
nah. So to jump out there, you gotta be willing to get shot down. And Lewis said this on the podcast that's about to drop tomorrow night. I don't know when y'all gonna see this, so tomorrow night might not be tomorrow, but in real time tomorrow. It's like negotiating. Like whatever you negotiate for yourself, you gotta be willing to walk away. Like everybody wants to negotiate
Facts.
thinking
And
that you're gonna
they're
get a
gonna come
counter
out
offer.
on top. Yeah.
No, like you gotta be willing to walk away. So I said that to say like the rejection piece of it made me realize like, oh, like those don't hurt that bad, bro.
And I said, when you said,
Like you ever been like a girl, be like, ew, Matt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
bro, that joint hurts. Like you young, you're like, ew, nah, like damn, him.
And then you gotta act like you don't like.
Yeah, like, oh,
Like, yeah.
like you know, hey, what? Fuck up out of here, like, nah.
Secretly hurt on the inside. Like,
Low key,
dang, like why'd she
burn.
say it like that?
Yeah, go home, swinging at the wall, busting stuff
Oh
open.
my gosh, bro.
But that type of hurt, you get like, bro, like even with May 20th, like I'm being too transparent, but I'm gonna be real, like there was a lot of people that didn't hold up their end of the bargain, but because in my mind, anything could happen. Because in this world, you either gotta be solidified or bring in value. There's no other lane. You either solidified in what you do already, or you bring in value to what somebody else do. All this joint, even myself building right now, in my world, event wise, like I'm solidified in this world, I believe, but like event space, no, I got to bring the value of my marketing team, my videographers, like, you know what I'm saying, like the business I bring to that spot.
Yeah.
But like, bro, you got to be willing to jump out there, bro. When you believe, see, the thing is, I ain't no motivational speaker. I ain't none of that, for real. But the thing is, like, when you really like want something, it burn you up when you ain't having it. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like you can't not do it.
Facts. Yeah.
So when you say jumping out there, you gotta get told no a couple times. And even with photography, right, bro, my photography blew up because, like, my wife, COVID, March, my wife could no longer have a maternity shoot. So I was like, damn. It was like a month away. I bought a camera. I'll never get a Canon PowerShot HS 520. Look, no,
Man knows the model
man,
down to
what,
the model.
boy? Fixed lens, 16 times zoom, and she was like, I learned photography, but to give her a photo shoot, I was like, all right, I'm gonna figure out how to do all those things. Hold on, bro. Check this real quick. I didn't even think about that.
Oh, autofocus. You were checking.
No. That cord in between there to make sure the sound audio is going.
Oh, got you.
But anyway, no, it was like boom. I learned it. I shot her maternity shoot. She posted it on page. See, my wife engagement is insane. When Britt posts stuff, it goes haywire.
They get
To this
shares,
day,
likes.
171 episodes. I got 171 episodes. My wife has been on for 6. Out of my top 10, she's 3 of the top ones.
Oh wow.
It's just like that perspective. I don't know if it's me and her chemistry, that perspective, but it's just like that, right? So I say that to say, like, she posted it. People was like, oh, can he do this? Can he do that? And I'm gonna tie this back into podcasting. So he was like, can I get some professional headshots? Can I get this? Can I get that? So I just started doing everybody's stuff. And then I was talking to you about cameras.
Yeah.
And you was like, bro, if you gonna do it, you can't do it with that camera you got, bro. You remember that? And then I bought the Rebel T7 with the interchangeable
boy
lenses.
got that upgrade.
And that's when the game changed. And I started doing people stuff then. And then my big homie was like, hey man, if you're going to be doing podcasting, media, and production,
Gotta have a media company.
you got to know everything. You got to know cameras. You got to know audio. You got to know you got to know everything. And Britt also used to say that, like, you can't be in a position if somebody stop. Your stuff blow up. Bro, the camera took over. From that day, honestly, bro, the cameras really like, this is what talking is what I love to do, but the cameras put tomorrow.
Yeah.
The cameras put me in rooms that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the camera put me in rooms that I'm not even.
How does someone know when something that they're not necessarily pursuing is something they should start pursuing? How did you take something like photography that was not anything in your wheelhouse or anything that you were really, concerned or looking towards? How do you know to put more attention on that? And people that are, like something like that pops up for them, when do you know when, like, maybe I should start putting a little more attention on this, when that was never something you had intentions on focusing on?
Hey, bro, you got some good questions, man.
Appreciate that, bro.
Real talk. That's
Appreciate
crazy. So to be real, it ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. So for my listeners that been rocking with me a long time, y'all know my Dukes passed away in 2012. And Matt, you know what I realized, bro?
What?
We don't have a lot of pictures. I don't have nothing from that house. I don't
Dang.
have pictures from her wall that I put up. And I realized that with photography, when I did my wife's joint, I froze time. Like,
Dang.
like when you see them pictures up there, like,
Yep.
I can always say, like, damn, like these moments that I'm taking of people will last forever. Like, it's people that when I do engagement shoots and stuff like that, yeah, it's just a shoot. They give me money, but I'm like, damn, bro, that's gonna be on their wall forever.
Exactly.
And for me, I think what made me change the game is I fell in love with that part. I was like, damn, I'm really allowing people to have memories forever. And this whole media joint, we're freezing time. Every time you do a video, every time I do a video, every time it's like you can go back and be like, oh damn, what was I doing on this clip?
Exactly.
So when that started popping off, on top of like, and this was God, my skill caught up quicker than, like, I got really good really quick because
Yeah.
So then, bro, when them joints started connecting and I enjoyed doing it, and people would be like, oh well, this is what I used to do, bro. I used to trap in the Facebook groups. Like, they'll be like, I put something in there like, looking for, oh no, let me backtrack. Shout out to Erica. Let me backtrack. I don't know if she listened, but she is an integral part in my photography game. So the ladies, I'm about to tell you, my wife's loctician had a plus size model agency.
Oh, I remember this group. Yeah.
And I hit her up like, hey, look, I'm new. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know everything, but I'll just come every time you got anything and I'll shoot.
Yeah.
Bruh, she used to hit me up. And from that's where my clientele kind of spread, because she had so many models. I would do they shoots and they would just like, oh, I got a birthday. I got this, I got that. But she always, like, she was the queen of that I'm never going to be better than her at. The way she could direct poses. Oh my God,
that's
bro.
a serious skill people take for granted, bro.
She could direct poses. That's
not
something
easy,
crazy.
Bro.
She'll be like, I can tell she got frustrated with me a little bit though, because like after a while I'm like, damn, like, you do the poses I did, cause bro, it was good, yo. You know what I'm saying? They was good, bro. She used to be like, okay, you got it. I'm like,
yeah.
Do what she tells you to do up there.
Facts, bro.
But when I went with that joint just kind of expanded. And the only thing I hate that happened is I got so busy and she got busy doing hair and pursuing other things. We couldn't keep shooting together. Not because, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But,
man, I know exactly how that is.
So when that happened, I was just like, damn, that blew up. And then the capturing memories, because what people don't know about right now, everything is digitized. Instagram, TikTok.
Everything, bro.
If it's your phone, if it's a camera,
Documentation.
you got it. You got it. You
all
got it. Like,
digital
bro, you
now.
got to be able to control the world from that aspect. And this right here, the podcast world. Excuse me. The podcast world is just visually documenting what like, bro. We weren't planning on doing this when we talked this week.
Nah, we weren't, bro.
Yeah.
This was so in the moment.
Yeah, I know,
That
but
took
yeah,
us
but
crazy.
but that's where I got that from, bro. That's how it took off. I like, damn, like, that shit, alright.
Thanks.
But in transparency, I don't feel as far as people say I am.
What do you mean? You don't
Do
feel?
you feel like you're as far as people?
Oh, you don't feel like
envision
you're
you are?
like as like high, like levels with it. You don't think you're. You don't feel like you're.
Do you?
Nah, I don't. To a
Alright.
certain extent.
Okay.
To a certain extent, because I can look at my own old stuff and recognize the levels I've jumped since my old stuff. But even then, I'm still like, still not there. Still not where I want to be.
Elaborate.
But I just can look at. I can go back to my first, go on to Sleek and Simple Films, go onto my YouTube channel. I can go to my first video and see the progress I've made from that
Mm-hmm.
and my newest video.
Mm-hmm.
But I still know that there's different things that I want to do to get this places I want to be that I'm not at yet. So I can recognize the growth, but it's like still not there yet. And I think you don't. But looking back at the old video, I do respect and see where I've grown. And sometimes you have to look back on your old stuff to actually recognize it. I think in the moment you don't realize it because you're so zeroed in and focused on what you're doing.
I'm gonna tell you, man. Recently, major. I don't know what minute this is. It got to be 40 something, maybe 50 something.
Facts.
Major salute. First of all, to you, because you've been there since the beginning. This ain't no
Appreciate it.
disrespect to nobody that, you know what I'm saying, I already saluted the wife. Bruh, you want to know one of the outside, Mike changed the game. He did. The other pivotal point is the Monday Night Crew, bro.
On the video calls y'all did,
Bro,
or the podcast episodes y'all would do on that with Lewis, you, and B, or Jay.
everybody though.
Yeah.
Me, Lewis, Jay, Princess, Brittany,
Yeah,
and Adrian.
yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what, bro.
That junk was smooth, bro.
Bro,
That team.
I'm gonna
That's a
tell
team right
you
there,
what was
boy.
the game changer when they pulled up on me in DC for May 20th. When they pulled up on me in DC, bro, and it was like, for us, we all met in person.
Yeah.
The way they played moderator, the way they were just like, bro, the support that those five, and I'm not down in anybody else's support.
Yeah.
But like, bro, they came from different places in the country to pull up.
That's what's up.
You know what I
bro.
mean? And
That's
it,
legit.
and it was just like, damn, like, you don't find, it's 6 of us. To have 6 people on the same accord for an extended period of time is tough.
That's crazy, bro. That's not easy, bro.
It's not, bro. They changed the game, bro.
It's not an
they be
easy
and
task.
they be with the smoke too. That's what I like.
Yeah.
They
They
do,
bro.
with it,
I
bro.
love hearing them on the podcast. Me and Daz be watching them. Like,
Yeah.
dang, bro.
Yeah.
They be asking good questions, really making everybody think and bring up good, like, really good opinions and stuff. I love it.
Yeah.
I think y'all are great dynamic, and y'all bounce off of each other really well, bro.
So let me ask you, where you at right now with Sleek and Simple Merit? How do you quantify or measure your success?
How do I measure it? Or
Like what lets you know that you're headed in the right direction?
I would say, I'd say the numbers. So
That bread.
that bread, those numbers, but also analytics.
For sure.
So shares, likes, comments, views, and then also just like overall like quality
Mm-hmm.
and production and editing and all that type of stuff.
Mhm.
And I measure it from those things. So if I can see the analytics going up, I'm getting more views, I'm getting more shares, I'm getting all that different type of stuff. I'm getting love on social media. I'm like, okay, I can tell that's doing good. numbers wise, the shoots that I've gotten in the last 2 months have been like the biggest shoots I've gotten in my life. That's a big testament. Cause I'm like, okay, like people, I thought my stuff was valuable. Other companies are starting to see the value in it.
Yeah.
So that, and then just like my own self looking at the quality of my visuals, I'm like, okay, this is a lot better than what it used to,
Yeah.
and I can see that, and I can kind of base my growth off of those different things.
So now, what do you see as the toughest part now that you're through jumping out there? You already jumped out there. You already created things. What's the toughest part from jumping out there, learning, to getting to where you at now, to where you're trying to go?
What's the toughest part about those things, jumping out there?
No, about being where you at now. You already jumped out there.
Mm-hmm.
You done got business started. You already started making money. You already started doing those things yourself. Now, what's the toughest part about being where you at?
What's the toughest part about being where I'm at?
Yeah, and trying to get to that next.
I'd say the first challenge with getting out there and achieving what I have achieved is consistency and being able to at least maintain what I'm doing. Because I feel like once I reach a level of where I can maintain everything, then it's like, okay, now let's figure out how to get to the next spot. So I think my biggest challenge right now is like figuring out like how to maintain and be consistent with that. And then from there, the next, you said, what's like the next, like, what's the challenge about
Getting from where you at to the next one?
Yeah. I think my biggest challenge is just like, just continuing, like you were saying, like Ford was saying, just hustling, man.
Gotcha.
You know, just keep.
Just don't die with hustling though.
Yeah.
When I say die, not in the literal sense, but like there's a part of business where you gotta hustle, and there's a part of business where you have to do business.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Because the toughest part right now, bro, I'll be real, like monetization in the podcast game is hard, but I've been able to do it via events. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the clothing brand, and man, I wish I could say was really cooking up, but I can't go that far.
Ooh.
But I asked that question because I feel like this past 8 months I could finally take a deep breath and focus on. I do a really bad job of doing the same thing really well for a really long time. It's like as soon as I find out how to do it good, I'm thinking I need something else. Instead of like continue to execute the same thing. So for example, right? Like say if let's use this, right? The setup that we got going right now, right? After I've mastered this, which I mean I mastered it now.
Yeah.
Instead of like, you know what? All right, let's get 30 episodes this way, this level of production, this level of quality sound, this level. After 5 episodes, like, okay, bro, I need 3.
How do I get better?
I need a camera right there, bro. You get what I'm saying? I need a camera to zoom in on you, a camera to zoom in.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, I just need that.
Yeah.
And let's thug it out.
Yeah.
Let's make sure our thumbnail's good. Let's make sure our description's good.
Yeah.
Let's make sure we actually use keywords correctly.
Exactly.
Let's actually look at the times we post. Let's make sure we clipping good. Those are the things that get me messed up in the game. Because you overlook, because you think what you're doing is not enough. So you try to turn around and do too much.
Yeah.
And in reality,
you neglect the other things that
matter.
That I don't think a lot of people realize when it comes to mastering stuff. There's a lot more to it that you need to, or there's a whole nother side of it. So like for example, you running the podcast, like you could be really good at cameras, but know nothing about the business side of things.
Facts.
So you think you've mastered it, and it's like just because you got good cameras and you put good quality work out there, your videos get no views. So you obviously have not mastered everything it takes to run a successful podcast. And you got to think outside of the box. There's much more than the cameras or the marketing, because there's just different. There's levels to it.
Yeah.
And you got to be able to learn and maneuver around all those different kind of the levels that go with it.
And another thing is, I don't think people realize how hard it is or how little of people are really, really big. Like, there's not a huge number of people that's really big in any industry. In any industry, it's not, bro.
You're
Like,
saying they're not as big, or you're
No,
saying there's
I'm
not a
saying-
big?
the people that are huge in industries, in each industry, there's not a lot of those people.
Oh yeah, there. I would agree. I don't think there's like.
But we
the
don't
top-
realize that.
the top of the line, like the top podcast, like channels or the top podcast like teams or whatever.
Yeah.
There's not.
There's not a there may be a good number, it may seem like, but in the grand scheme of the world's
It's not
numbers,
as many
it's
as
not
we
that
think.
many.
Yeah, yeah.
And people
I
don't know
agree.
how to infiltrate the levels under that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody want the
They want to be where they're at.
Joe Rogan, Mean
Yeah, exactly.
Like, and I'm
yeah,
like, bro, there's almost nobody doing Joe Rogan numbers, bro.
exactly.
But in that very same regard, look at the life experiences he's had to pour out into said things, and that's another thing I'm learning, bro. Like, if you look at the top people that you probably really, really bang with or really look up to, they're probably not your age.
As in, they're like older or younger. What do you mean? By
Older, like, you have to experience in order to be able to give more.
Oh, I see
Like,
what
you
you're
have to
saying.
go through whatever you're going through. Like, as far as, say, if we're talking about photography, like, I gotta go shoot a wedding to know how to do weddings.
Yes.
And that takes time, which ages me. So when I become 35 or 37, the way I can speak about photography in the wedding game, I can't do that right now.
Yeah.
But the people that I be on YouTube looking at that, like, damn near only do YouTube videos now, they were doing weddings for 10 years.
Yeah.
We don't
Yeah.
look at it like that.
Yeah.
We look at it for, damn, I got to get there. I'm like, well, bro.
Yeah. Oh, they're getting 1 million views.
Like, bro, like my man Peter Mechanic, bro. Like, people don't, that's his
Yo.
last name, right?
McKinnon.
McKinnon. Like, bro, people don't realize, man, that
Dope,
man
bro.
was in that photography bag for years.
Yeah. Same with YouTube, bro. He was
Yeah.
in YouTube for a minute, bro.
But there's only one of those.
Yeah. Exactly.
Name somebody else in that space that's
He's
doing
the
that.
only one. He's like the guy.
Yeah, bro, like,
He's like the guy. And then, like you said, there's like, a few people underneath him,
Yes.
but it's not. Yeah.
yes.
It's not as big as people, think it actually. It's not as big as it actually is, as people think it is.
You got to learn how to infiltrate the rounds under that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what do you see as we close out? What do you see what's next for you?
What's next for me?
Yeah.
Man, like just things I'm working on.
Yeah.
Man, I'm just trying to grow my moving company. I'm trying to
You
get
killing it though.
Appreciate that, bro. I'm trying to get I got this like media brand that I'm trying to start, like a sports media brand. Trying to start, and then just continue doing my freelancing here and there with Sleek and Simple. But
It's crazy, bro. Sleek and Simple seem like the side chick now, bro.
it is.
That's crazy.
It is, cause I had
her
to.
dirty.
I
She used to be
mean,
your main.
bruh, for real, Merit Moving was the side,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
and then when literally what happened
Man,
was
Moving started talking nice to you.
literally what happened was, Baby on the way. I was like, let me evaluate what's really working for me right now.
Yes.
Merit was making money. Merit was consistent. Merit was doing its thing. Sleek was working too, but it just wasn't as good as Merit.
Yeah.
And Merit was also, at the time, wasn't taking as much time as Sleek. Because it's like,
Yeah.
so a video shoot could take, upwards of a week. A move, you do the move that day, get paid that day.
Yeah.
So it was just like, with how things were working, I was like, I'm going to put more time into this because how it's working, this is just doing better right now. And that was just really working smoothly. And the other thing, really, really huge thing that I liked about Merit that I could not do with Sleek is I could make money without being there. There was never a shoot that I could make money without being there. I had to be at any shoot, and I had to shoot it myself. Unless I built a team, but I mean, I was freelancing just by myself. Like, people were paying for Mims to shoot their video, not anybody else. But with Merit, I had these guys that would go out to weddings when I was out of town, do moves when I'm not there. Sometimes do a move while I'm shooting a shoot. So I'm like,
How did you even start married? Oh, the couch flipping.
Yeah, couch flipping. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I was about to say, I think I said that on an episode, but
Yeah,
we might have not aired that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say no names.
But yeah, so that's what about you, bro? What's next?
What's
for you?
next? Oh, we about to continue to tear this space up, boy. This media, podcast, and event space, the Monday Night Crew. I can't say the other name, but Millennials vs. the World Monday Night Crew. In the next 2 years, 3 years, we gonna gut this space out. And when I say gut it out, I'm thinking bro, we about to just we gonna stay in that bag.
About to go crazy.
Stay in that bag, boy. Millennials vs. the World, man. It's your boy Kdot Mims. My boy Matt came through and blessed the pot, bro. It's your boy Kdot Mims, man. We out.
Astro.
We gonna get it, yeah, we bout to ride. NW to the day that we die. Millennials and you know we a vibe. Keenan the host and you know he the guy. If you don't have time, you can listen on the go. Listen to the podcast on your drive home. You can watch the podcast right on your phone. It'll keep your interest like a bank loan. Keep it real, it's nothing less. Always stay humble, they wanna flex. Gotta thank God, know that we blessed. Never gonna quit, life is a test. Millennials versus the world. Millennials versus the world. Millennials versus the world.
Millennials versus the world.